Spatial Energy serves the oil and gas industry by providing the right spatial data directly to end users at the right price, which we host and disseminate throughout the organization via cloud technology. In this video, we're pleased to introduce Tap Spatial. Tap Spatial is an iPad app that provides an easy-to-use interface allowing users to aggregate both internal and external data layers in both the office and in the field. You now have mobile access to your key data anywhere, anytime, with or without internet access, using Tap Spatial. Users can easily display data from Spatial Energy and other leading providers, including Bing Maps and Google. Users can mash up their company-specific or third-party data sources in one map, using layer control. Tap Spatial allows registered users to prepare data in the office, then take it into the field offline, using offline cache. Tap Spatial fosters teamwork and efficiency by integrating markup, photo taking, and email collaboration. Data in Tap Spatial is organized in layers. The layers provide access and data controls, and users can work with display characteristics for each layer to build custom maps quickly and easily. Let's take a look at the layers. For all users, upon downloading and installing Tap Spatial, two background layers, Bing Maps Hybrid as well as the USGS Geologic Map are available. In addition, Spatial Energy provides several base layers of regional and national data sets. Transparency controls and other controls are available for each of these data sets. For registered users and Spatial On Demand customers, those users can simply log in to their accounts. The layers users are registered for will automatically appear in the layer list. As you can see, my registered account provides Basin Watch, White Star data, as well as other data sets. And there are significant amounts of data in each of these layers based on my registration. In addition, users can add third-party data services simply by clicking Add, placing the service ID, selecting the type of service, in this case Web Map Service, and adding that layer to the layer list. That layer will become visible, and the specific sublayers will be available for display by simply clicking on them. When users are finished, or if they'd like to remove layers, simply select the layer, slide, and delete. Spatial Energy base layers currently include 5 or 6 layers, and we're adding new data to that on a regular basis, so check back often. Next, let's zoom into a project area and prepare some data to take it offline and into the field. The first thing that I'll do is I'll come to my project area, and I'll just zoom to a project area. This is outside of Midland, Texas. Once I've zoomed to the area, I go to the layers that I'm interested in downloading for offline use. In this case, a topographic map as well as an imagery map. Once I've selected the layers, I come to offline cache, and a grid will appear. As you can see from this grid, there's 2 cells which I've already downloaded, and I'd like to add one more cell for download. Once I've clicked on the cell, it will turn green and tell me that I've selected a certain amount of data, in this case 44 megabytes. The application will also tell me the amount of storage remaining and the approximate time to download. When I'm prepared to download, I simply hit download and begin the process. Once you've downloaded the data, the cell will appear clear. If you'd like to uninstall a cell, simply click on it and tap Uninstall. Once the data has been downloaded, I'll now go into airplane mode to show you how offline cache works. Now that I've prepared the data for offline use, you can see only the data that I've downloaded is available. Now I'm going to show you how we can do markups while we're in the field. The first thing that we'll do is click on Markups and add a new markup or markup project. I'll give this a name, in this case, Tap Spatial, and save the markup. You'll see the markup becomes available, and then I can add specific things such as a polygon simply by clicking on the map and creating an area. Once I have added this symbol, I can change characteristics such as the fill line or fill size, and when I'm done, I simply hit done and it will add the markup to my project. I can also add lines as well as text, or if I'm interested, I can take a photo directly from my iPad and add it to the project and georeference that directly into my project. One of the other features of Tap Spatial is the ability to use tools to perform field measurements. Users can measure linear distance by simply clicking on two endpoints, and Tap Spatial will provide the linear distance. In addition, users can measure area by clicking on various vertices, and Tap Spatial will provide the area in square miles or square kilometers. To change units, simply click on Settings, General, and change to either metric or imperial. Once you've created markups, you can simply tap on Share Screen, and an email will be prepared with all of the imagery as well as the markups so that you can send it to another user. Simply enter their email address and a subject and hit send. And when you're back online, the email will automatically be forwarded to the other user. You can also share information from your photo roll if you have a number of pictures simply by selecting photo roll and then picking the individual images you'd like to email to other users. That's some of the basic functionality of Tap Spatial. Users can also use settings in order to log into their account, find out information about their account, change the settings, change their GPS settings. To display screen help, simply click on Display Help, and screen tips will be provided for each type of functionality within Tap Spatial, providing easy-to-use tips and tricks in order to use Tap Spatial most efficiently. To get Tap Spatial, simply go to the Apple iTunes Store and download it. It's free. If you're not yet a Spatial On Demand subscriber, please contact Spatial Energy at 303-625-1048 or email us at info@spatialenergy.com to speak to a representative about how you can access the world's best collection of spatial imagery and data for oil and gas companies globally.